Most homeowners believe they can solve a water leak with a bottle of Clorox and a box fan. But when you spray bleach on a moldy wall, you aren't killing the mold, you are just bleaching the color out of it while feeding its roots. By the time you see a dark spot on your drywall or notice your hardwood floors starting to cup, the real disaster has already been growing inside your walls for weeks. Today, we are exposing the brutal truth about hidden moisture, why your DIY cleanup is actively making it worse, and how to scientifically stop structural rot before it costs you tens of thousands of dollars. Water damage rarely looks like a dramatic, cinematic flood. Most of the time, it is entirely silent. Maybe you had a minor spill from a washing machine hose or a slow leak under the kitchen sink that you quickly wiped up with a towel. You thought you caught it in time. But 3 days later, you walk into the room and notice the edges of your hardwood planks are starting to curl up, water process called cupping. Or perhaps your carpet feels perfectly dry to the touch, but the room has developed a heavy, musty odor that will not go away no matter how many windows you open. You might even see the paint on your baseboard starting to bubble, warp, or peel slightly. These are not just cosmetic annoyances, these are the physical symptoms of trapped, evaporating moisture desperately trying to escape from beneath your floors and behind your drywall. You are looking at the surface symptoms of a hidden water crisis. If you notice cupping floors, squishy carpet, or bubbling baseboards, your first step is to aggressively alter the environment. First, locate and shut off the water source immediately to stop the supply. Next, you have to realize that pointing a household fan at the top of wet carpet is useless. The water is trapped deep inside the sponge-like carpet padding underneath, acting as a reservoir. You must physically lift the edges of the carpet to allow air to circulate beneath it. Second, you must aggressively lower the humidity. If your indoor humidity rises above 60%, mold spores will begin to colonize rapidly. Turn on your air conditioning or deploy a heavy-duty dehumidifier immediately to start pulling moisture out of the air. Fans only move air around, dehumidifiers actually extract the water. Do not wait for things to dry naturally. The clock is ticking, and permanent damage begins within 48 hours. To understand why hidden moisture is so destructive, you need to visualize the invisible. When water hits your floor, it doesn't just sit there. It obeys the laws of physics. Water uses capillary action to wick vertically up your drywall, defying gravity, traveling behind the paint where you cannot see it. It seeps horizontally beneath your luxury vinyl planks and saturates your plywood subfloor. This is why professional restoration experts do not rely on their eyes. They use thermal imaging cameras. When water evaporates, it cools the surface. A thermal camera looks right through your drywall and displays a massive blue temperature drop, revealing exactly how far the water has climbed inside the wall cavity. They pair this with digital moisture meters equipped with deep penetrating pins to measure the exact water content inside your wooden studs. Your wall might look and feel perfectly dry on the outside, but the meter will prove it is 90% saturated on the inside. You are fighting a war against an enemy you cannot see, and without the right tools, you are flying blind. Because the damage is invisible, homeowners make catastrophic, intuition-based mistakes trying to fix it. The biggest offender is bleach. When you see mold on drywall and spray bleach on it, you are making a fatal error. Household bleach is mostly water. The chlorine evaporates quickly on the surface, bleaching the mold so it turns white and disappears from view. You think you won. But the water from the bleach soaks deep into the porous drywall, directly feeding the root system, the mycelium, off the mold. Within a week, the mold returns twice as aggressively. The second major mistake is the point a fan at its strategy. Pointing a high-speed fan directly at wet drywall only dries the outer paint layer. This creates a hardened vapor barrier that actually traps the moisture inside the wall cavity, guaranteeing structural rot. The third mistake is ignoring the smell. Assuming a musty odor will just fade away is dangerous. That smell is off-gassing from active microbial growth. If you smell it, you are actively breathing in mold spores. Let's break down the severity ladder of hidden moisture so you know exactly what you are dealing with. Level 1 is surface moisture. A spill occurs, it is wiped up within minutes, and the water has not penetrated the seams of the flooring or reached the baseboards. You are safe. Level 2 is trapped padding and subfloor saturation. The water has breached the surface. The carpet pad is soaked, or water has slipped beneath floating floorboards. It requires mechanical extraction, but the framing is currently safe. Level 3 is vertical wicking. Water has been absorbed by the baseboards and has traveled up the drywall. The wall cavity is highly humid, insulation is ruined, and mold spores are beginning to activate in the dark. Level 4 is active colonization and rot. The moisture has sat unchecked for over a week. The hardwood is permanently warped, black mold is aggressively eating the paper backing of the drywall, and the wooden studs are actively losing their structural integrity. The financial delta between Level 2 and Level 4 is devastating. If you hire a professional to properly extract water from your carpet padding and dry the subfloor immediately, you might spend a few $100s or easily stay within your insurance deductible. But if you try to fix a Level 3 leak with a box fan and a bottle of bleach, it will quickly escalate into Level 4. Tearing out mold-infested drywall, removing permanently cupped hardwood floors, replacing rotting baseboards, and paying for professional biohazard mold remediation can easily scale from $8,000 to over $15,000. And because mold is often classified as a long-term maintenance issue resulting from homeowner negligence, your insurance company may outright deny the claim. You will pay for that box fan mistake entirely out of your own pocket. True mitigation requires science, not guesswork. When independent restoration professionals arrive, they use advanced diagnostics to map the invisible water. If the water has wicked up your walls, they won't just set up fans. They will carefully remove your baseboards and drill weep holes into the drywall near the floor. They then attach specialized hoses to push high-velocity, ultra-dry air directly into the wall cavity, drying the wooden studs from the inside out. If the water is trapped under your hardwood, they use specialized vacuum mats that pull the moisture out through the microscopic seams in the wood, often saving the floor from permanent cupping. They deploy commercial desiccant dehumidifiers and HEPA air scrubbers to ensure the environment is empirically dry and the air is cleared of mold spores. They fix the problem at the microscopic level. If your floors are cupping, your baseboards are bubbling, or your home smells musty after a leak, the damage is already spreading where you cannot see it. Do not spray bleach on it, and do not assume a household fan will save you. You need a professional diagnosis right now. Call the number on your screen, or click the link in the description below to request a free local estimate at Emergency Damage Pros in under 60 seconds. We will instantly connect you with vetted, independent restoration experts in your exact zip code who have the thermal cameras and moisture meters to find the hidden water and stop the rot before it destroys your home. Act fast and protect your property today.